Welcome, sweet friend. It's Ashley Clarke with Earthkeeper Yoga, and I am here in my home studio here in Birmingham, Alabama. And today I invite you to a gentle yoga practice around the idea, designed around the idea of peace. We are stressed, we are angry, we are frustrated, we are fearful. We are all of the things. And we are coming into every moment of every day and having to make a choice about how to keep ourselves safe, not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally as well. So today's offering is for you if you'd like some peace. That does not mean that it is without challenge. We have to choose peace. So for today's class, I invite you to have a couple of blocks handy, as well as your trusty blanket. We will be doing a few things from kneeling today, so having something cushiony to put under your knees, whether it's a beach towel or a blanket or a pillow, whatever you have, I think that would serve you well. So grab those things and I'll meet you right here on the mat. All right, friend, as we get started, we are going to actually do that on our backs. So I'm going to invite you to come down to your back, but keep those knees bent. Let the arms come out into a T on either side. And then check the position of the chin. You want it almost like it's the top of an equal sign, the shoulders parallel just below it. And give yourself a cleansing breath. Let yourself just melt and soften right here. Notice just what that one breath did for you. Give yourself a few more if you need it. Otherwise, just let that breath flow in and out of your nose. As you soften the breath, go ahead and give yourself a quick body scan from the crown of your head all the way down to the soles of your feet. And find all of the little places that could soften just a little bit more. So invite thoughts to be about softening. Softening at the brow and at the mouth, the shoulders and the heart, the belly and the hips, the thighs and the ankles, the feet. Beautiful. We're going to bring those knees where they touch. And if that's uncomfortable, have them as close as possible. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly let those knees fall over to the right. Now, if they don't make it to the ground without it being too extreme on that outside left side body, put a block under those knees or just lift the knees further up towards that right elbow. A deep cleansing breath right here. And then find that that same softening from the crown of your head down to the soles of the feet. What do you need to do to soften here as much as possible? Make any changes to the legs. Maybe the top leg needs to extend just a little bit. Find the soft. Maybe the nose begins to turn towards that left elbow. And as the thousands of thoughts roam in and out of your mind, catch yourself. Tell yourself to tune in to the breath. Bring the nose back towards center. Take an inhale, bring those knees all the way back up towards the sky. And then press into the feet and the back of the head, whatever you need here to lengthen through the spine once again. Finding the parallel of the shoulders. Legs come closer together, taking a fresh breath. And then letting those knees fall over to the left, bringing them up in any way that serves, softening the body, tuning into the breath. Maybe that nose goes towards the right shoulder. And the eyes are closed. Awareness on softening the breath by using those exhales. And take an inhale, bring the nose back towards center, knees back up towards the ceiling, and then extend the legs long up towards the sky. Reach the fingertips up towards the sky, and then slowly let those shoulders come back in line with the rest of the mat. See how you can soften even here. And then we'll begin to circle ankles, circle wrists. We're in this dead bug position, just feeling through the limbs. You can even bicycle the feet just a little bit if that would feel nice. Go ahead and bend the knees. Let the hands come right behind the kneecaps. We're going to rock and roll up the length of the spine all the way over into a wide leg table. So if that didn't work in your body to roll up and over, just turn to the side, press into the top hand, bring yourself up, and then you're in this wide leg table. Hands stay under shoulders, crown reaches away. Take an inhale, and then exhale, slowly let those hips sink back, shoulders melt down, wide leg, child's pose. Maybe the hands come to stack so that the forehead can rest right there on the back of that top palm. Notice where the breath is traveling. Notice the gentle opening of the hips. And 2 more nice big deep breaths. Beautiful. Press into the hands, bring yourself up and reset your table. Knees come back under hips. We'll curl toes here and lift the hips into a down dog. And in your down dog, just send some awareness to the hinging of the shoulders and the hips. Don't worry about those heels and whether or not they touch the mat. In fact, you can pedal out through the feet here, just feeling in deeper to the low back body. And coming into a moment of stillness, and then we're going to begin to walk those hands back towards feet. Let's meet at the back of the mat in a forward fold, big bend in those knees. Taking an inhale here, and exhale, slow rise, coming into that mountain, rippling through the spine, settling the feet into the mat, finding awareness here. Give yourself another breath. Flutter your eyes back open and you can take a look at me. I'm going to stay to the side just so you can see the profile, and I'll show you the movement that we're about to begin together. So take an inhale, arms and gaze will come up. Exhale, hands will tap, coming down next to the hips, chin comes down towards chest. As the hands come to the thighs, bend the elbows, chin dips deeper, hands come to the heart. So we'll meet there together with the chin bowed down towards chest, hands at the heart. Take an inhale, rise up, gaze and arms. Moving through just like that, hands to the hips, bending the elbows, finishing the exhale. Deep exhale, inhale in. Exhale, everything comes down. Using the hands to stretch further through the back of the neck. Inhale, rise up. Give it one more. Hands come to the heart in prayer. Chin bows down towards chest. Cleansing breath. Soften through the kneecaps. Where is the weight in the feet? Even it out. Give yourself another breath. We'll take an inhale, arms and gaze, rise. Exhale, bend the knees, and as you do, let those hands come through center all the way down to the kneecaps. Hinge through the upper body. Send the crown of the head up into the front. So there's a little angle through the back. We're not quite in a chair. Tuck the tailbone in. Tuck it in more. Let those shoulders really round towards center. Let the elbows round in. Let the shoulder blades round in, and then take an inhale, open it all up. Crown and tailbone go back. Moving through just like that, exhaling it in, inhaling to open. Give it two more. Round it all in, and then slowly come back to that same position, hands on the knees, reaching through the crown of the head, tuck the tailbone in, lengthen through the spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. And find a side-to-side sway here, keeping a bend in the knees. I like to pretend that I'm a willow tree, just shaking my branches and my leaves around the trunk. And feeling into that low back body, we'll give it two more breaths. And slowly making our way back into stillness, we're going to walk hands all the way forward and find a plank or a kneeling plank. Reaching through the spine, heels go back, strong through the core and the booty. Breathe. Take an inhale. Lower all the way down with control. Have your blanket or whatever you're going to do for your pad, have that nearby. It'll come in handy in a moment. Keep the hands right where they are. Lift through the crown of the head. The nose points down at the mat. You're using a little bit of your low back strength here. So you're not pressing into the hands. They're just under your shoulders. And then we're going to take this right knee and bring it out to the right. Reach through the crown of the head and breathe. So we're a little like a fallen tree on our bellies. And the hand placement is a little bit different. Just breathing into this opening of that right hip. Bringing that right knee back. Giving yourself a cleansing breath. Lengthen through the spine on the inhale. And then exhale, bring that left knee up outside of the left hip. Breath is in the belly. One more. Beautiful. Lower the left knee behind, press into the hands, and bring yourself to table. When you get there, if you want something under the knees, this is the time to lay out the blanket. So once you find that blanket or padding under the knees, we're going to come back to that table, nice and strong, and then we're going to send this right leg back. As we do, then we're going to send it forward, and we're in this kneeling position. Take an inhale, rising up and finding your kneeling crescent. Now we're going to press into that left knee, engage through the pelvis, and you're going to feel a stretch right there through the top of the left quad. Hands can come to the heart. Take an inhale, arm and gaze, rise, both arms, sorry about that. Exhale, hands come down next to the hips, chin down towards chest, hands bend. Prayer hands at heart. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, bringing it down. Hands come to the heart, chin to chest. Two more. Bring the hands to the heart, bow chin to chest, cleansing breath. Take an inhale, and then as you do, lift the arms up over your head. You'll have to watch me for this next part. We're going to spin on this left knee and open to where the hips are facing to the left. Now, I'm facing away from you on purpose with intention so that you can see what the back body looks like. So everything is facing to the left except the right knee is pointing towards the top of your mat. Tuck in that pelvis, really press the knee into the mat, get some length there through the spine, and then take an inhale. We're going to bring this right hand down to the right knee. Exhale, left hand comes over, kneeling side angle. Give it one more breath. Bringing the hands back into a T. We're going to inhale, lift the arms, and spin back on the knee. We'll come back to the top of the mat. Bring your hands down either side of the right foot and then curl the left toes to lift the hips. If you have blocks, reach up for the blocks. Put them on whatever setting that you need. You're in a wide leg pyramid. I might even come up to the tallest setting of the blocks here. Don't worry if that left foot's not on the floor. Take an inhale. And then slowly let that left heel kind of go back just a little bit and then bend the knee, come onto the ball of the left foot. Just stretch through that left leg with kindness and care. And start to feel into that right leg when that feels like it's ready for you and available, using the breath to explore those stretches. And give it one more. And then settle into the posture, releasing, hinging, just like we did earlier. We're taking it even deeper now. Another hinge at the hips. Long spine. Soft kneecap on that left knee. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Bend both knees. Slowly let this left leg come back down to the mat. Top of the foot comes to the mat. Send the hips back and bring that right knee through. Let the blocks go, but have them close. We're back to that table position. We'll take an inhale, send the left leg back. Bring knee to nose and go ahead and step it through. When you feel stable through the legs, we'll inhale and rise up. Hands come to the heart in prayer. Let's check that and make sure we're doing everything we can not to just sink most of the body weight onto the right side of the body. Let's use our strength to center ourselves. So we're going to press into the right knee, ripple up strength, press in the tailbone. There's a stretch right there through that right quad. And then I'm pressing this left foot into the mat as well to hold myself steady. Take another breath. Let's begin to move through 4 of those coming back to prayer hands. So inhale, rising up, arms and gaze. A little bit of a balance there. Exhale, hands come to the heart, chin to chest. 3 more. Beautiful. Rise up with the head, and then we'll take an inhale, open the arms up towards the sky, and then open them into that T, switching, twisting, turning, spinning, whatever you want to call it, on that right knee so that the right foot goes back behind that, where that left hip is. And then we'll open, so now we're open into a T. Hopefully you can see me. Left toes are pointing towards the top of the mat. Arms are in a T. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Think about the length through the spine. Make sure that you're still engaged from knee to pelvis, right through that right side. We'll bring this left elbow down to the left thigh. Exhale, reach these right fingertips over to the left. Just breathing into that space. Hold it 1 more. Inhale back to the T. Lift the arms up over the head. Start to turn on that right knee again. Hands come back in front of the heart. Reset that foot if you need to. Inhale. Hands come down either side of the left foot. Send that left knee back to meet the right. And then send the hips back, find a child's pose. It might even feel good to reach those arms long down the legs. Let the forehead come to the mat. And give it 1 more breath. Beautiful. Inhaling, rising back up into your table. We're going to be moving into balance, so I think you are safe to move the blanket out of the way, pillow out of the way. And coming back to the mat, once you get there, lengthen through the spine, curl toes, take an inhale, and then exhale to rise up into your down dog. How are you feeling? Just noticing how you're feeling in your body. Maybe a little bit more present. Give it 1 more breath. And then let's start to walk hands and feet to the top of the mat. A little gentle forward fold here. We'll take an inhale. And then exhale, rise up into your mountain. Rippling up through the spine, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. Where is the weight in your body? Feel into the back of the neck. Make space between the shoulders and the earlobes. Give it one more breath. Take an inhale, arms and gaze, rise. And then exhale, hands come down in front of the heart, bow, chin to chest, center the breath one more time right here. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna invite you to turn so that you're facing one of the sides of your mat, whatever side it is where you can see me. We're gonna do both legs. I'm gonna start with my right. If you are facing the opposite direction, just do it with the left leg first. We're gonna do both sides. So let me show you what our balance, it's a balance sequence. So let me show you what it is, and then I'll come back for you and we'll do it together. So we'll move through center, rippling up awareness, moving body weight over to that one side, to, in this case, my left. And then we'll lift this right knee. We're gonna step the right knee out to the right and then start to hinge just like we did at the beginning of class, moving the tailbone back, the crown of the head away. You're gonna have the option to stay here. If you want a little bit more, I'm gonna invite you into a gentle twist, deepening the stretch through the legs and through the outside of the right hip. We'll come back, we'll settle, we'll do something in the middle, we'll come back up, and then do the opposite side. So meet me in whatever direction that you need to, and just changing. I'll try to be good about how I cue it so it doesn't matter which leg you are using. So let's take a cleansing breath. Find that awareness, find that strength. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Let's move over to that left foot, to the outside foot, lifting the inside knee. Hold it 3 more breaths. And take an inhale. Move that leg over, stepping it out, and then begin to bend the knee. Feeling a stretch to the inside of that opposite leg, and then reaching the crown of the head away. Option to add in a twist on an inhale. Bringing the hands back to the heart, hinging back forward, starting to straighten through that stepped out foot. I don't know how well I'm doing at this, but hopefully you're following along. We have visual at least, right? Ripple through the spine. Take an inhale, arms and gaze, rise. And exhale, forward fold. Feel into the low back body even more. We're hinging at the hips, softening the kneecaps. Beautiful, bend the knees. Take an inhale. Exhale, let the upper body just hang really, really heavy. Be gentle with yourself as you rise all the way back up, and we'll find a wide-legged mountain. Reach through the crown of the head, cleansing breath. Beautiful, inhale, arms and gaze, rise. Exhale, hands down in front of the heart. Go ahead and shimmy that outside foot to meet the foot that you stepped. That will be where we begin from this next spot. So take an inhale, let it go, fresh breath, and then slowly bring body weight to the opposite foot, lifting the knee up towards the belly, tucking in that tailbone. Hold it a few breaths right here. Inhale, step it out, bend the knee, hinge forward. Crown of the head reaches away, tailbone reaches back. check that knee. I just had to check mine. Check that the knee is going towards the outside edge of the mat and not at any kind of corner or towards the top of the mat. Option to use an inhale to find a twist. Take an inhale, come back to center, long spine, pressing into that left foot, rising up. Inhale, arms and gaze, rise. Exhale, gentle forward fold. What do you need right here? Hinging at the hips. Bend the knees, take a fresh breath. And exhale, slow rise, coming back into that mountain. Bring the hands to the heart. Give yourself a breath. Shimmy the foot that you just put all the weight on back over towards the top. So we're back where we started before we did any of the balance. And then we'll turn and face the top of the mat. Cleansing breath. Inhale, arms and gaze, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Step those feet back, find a down dog. Hinging at hips and shoulders. Bring the knees down to the mat. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Inhale. And then exhale, child's pose. Maybe the arms go long down the mat once again. Brow comes back to the mat. And give yourself a breath. Bring hands back under shoulders. Come back through your table. Swing those legs over to one side. And we're going to come all the way back down onto our backs. Now when you get to your back, bring those legs back up towards the sky. Circle the ankles. Point and flex the feet. Add in arms, circling wrists, wiggling fingers. Coming into stillness, bend this left knee, let it come all the way back down where the sole of the foot comes to the mat. And then bend this right knee out to the right. Let the left or the right ankle fall on top of that left knee. Lift the left knee up towards the chest. Make sure that that's not too much on the outside of that right hip. And then if you'd like, you can interlace fingers. Now check the position of the chin. Soften the body. Release fingertips. Let that left knee fall back down to the mat. Soften the body. And then send this right leg up towards the sky. The right knee bends. The right sole of the foot makes its way to the floor. Inhaling to lift the left leg. The knee falls out to the left as the ankle makes its way onto that right knee. Take an inhale, and then exhale, lift that right knee up towards the heart. Fingers can interlace. We'll check the position of the chin, the softness of the jaw, the release through the shoulders. Find the breath. Release fingers. Let that right foot come back to the mat. Lift the left leg all the way up towards the sky, and then let that left foot make its way back to the earth. From here, I invite you into anything that I didn't offer that may feel good in your body. We'll be moving into Shavasana after this, so if you need to get any little wiggles out before we're still, take that time now. When that feels complete, allow yourself to find a moment of stillness. And let it begin with a cleansing breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Rest. And as you're ready, you can slowly begin to bring some awareness back into this space that you and I created together. A space of peace. And wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle wrists and ankles. Reach your arms up over your head and give yourself a full body stretch, pointing the fingers and pointing the toes. And let yourself roll on to one side or the other, bringing those knees up close to the belly, maintaining that softness of your body against your mat. And as you're ready, I invite you to Make your way back up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet there together with hands at the heart, chin bowed down towards chest. Our quote for today is from Jaya John from a book called Daughter, Drink This Water. A tree does not say to itself, by so-and-so age, I want this many leaves, to be this tall, this wide, to drop this many seeds, to know this many other trees. It does not rush. It does not beat itself up, put itself down, doubt or despair. A tree just grows. This is why trees know peace. May we choose kindness. May we choose peace. May we use our practices, both on and off the mat, to forgive ourselves when we don't stay in peace, and to remember ourselves and that we are worthy of peace. Until we meet again, gratitude for practicing with me today. Namaste.